It is interesting to think about the project to what it takes to kind of embed this work. And we do a lot of embedding of these types of practices in organizations as well. And we think about that around four dimensions. So the first one being strategy and identity. Like, do you think of yourself in a way that helps you work in this way? So do you think of your team or your organization as, an ecosystem player, as a collaborator, or are you just trying to come up with a new shiny report based on the latest buzzwords that are happening in the industry? So the strategy needs to be really also reflective of this kind of emergent dynamic way of thinking about change. If it's still a very fixed, rigid, linear path to say we'll do X, then we'll do Y, then we'll do Z, and this is a foregone conclusion, that's not getting into this space of learning and genuinely thinking about what's
Mm,
going on and moving. Another one is governance. So if that kind of strategy identity piece is there, that's also needs to happen at an individual and team level. Next one is governance, which is really about, how do you measure and track and report on work and what's communicated between teams. So things here that are really helpful is thinking of your portfolios as a portfolio. So it's not just we have these programs and they're fixed. We're constantly looking at the constituent parts of this portfolio or across the programs to say, are these working in the right direction? Are we getting the outcomes we really need here? If not, how do we change those? So that's also embedding that kind of learning thinking through. The other parts are the relational side of the work. So how do you think about collaboration across your organization, beyond your organization? Do you have strategies for what you're doing there? Do you actually talk to those stakeholders before you have a solution you want them just to tick the box on? Do you ask them what's going on in their world and what they're trying to achieve? Because that's often really key to building very trusted relationships that you can then call on when you're trying to make some of those larger moves. And the final one is really the mundane day-to-day ways of working. So how many hours a week are you talking about these topics versus others? Are we modeling the types of conversations and rewarding and demonstrating the types of conversations we want people to be having? You can template these activities a lot as well to really encourage the systems view to come in, or that human-centered view, to make sure people are really doing outcome-oriented things.